Welcome everyone, thank you very much for joining me today. Before I start the show, apologies for not releasing a video yesterday. I was really busy doing editing. I know you all understand, but I just wanted to tell you what I was doing. I wasn't just sitting around doing nothing, but I was really chocker, just editing loads of shows and getting preparation done for a couple more episodes. But as always, thank you very much for tuning in today. Got a busy show. I'm going to be talking about Jurgen Klopp on the boot camp in which he set up in Germany for the Audi Cup and the upcoming matches. I'll talk a bit about that. Steven Gerrard on how he's preparing Liverpool youngsters to be ready for Jurgen Klopp when they make the step up to the first team. I'll only do a little bit of that, but all these are fantastic reads. And as always, if you're new to my channel, I always leave the stories down below so you can all continue reading them after the show. But yeah, I'll talk about that. And obviously the big one, Philippe Coutinho, we can all discuss in the comment section after the show. Talk about Phil, but I'll talk about the article in which all the news, and I'll tell you what all the latest updates on the situation at that time. And the final two stories will be the Juventus link to Emre Can. I'll talk a bit about that. And there's an outgoing midfielder of Liverpool, and I'll tell you who that is later on. But if you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button for all the latest and breaking Liverpool news, pre-match, post-match, and match reactions as well. But thank you everyone for tuning in. Right, let's get stuck into it. Jurgen Klopp has talked about his preparations for the Audi Cup, as I mentioned, and his camp and his setup. So I'll talk about, he's talked to the Echo today, as he's quoted as saying, it'll be a really good camp. We have fantastic games with Hertha, and then the Audi Cup, so it's really exciting. We will try everything to become a confident and strong, powerful and technical smart side. That's the plan. We are still playing out full training, Klopp said. We had a crazy session in Hong Kong before we played Crystal Palace. They did 6 times 1,000 metres in the heat. Oh, that is a lot. If you win a game, cool. It can help you. If you lose a game, it doesn't feel good. But it still helps you in ways in which you can learn to develop game by game, especially in pre-season. We want to win these games, and these games, especially in pre-season, can be a benchmark for the upcoming season. It's not easy this year, but it's different, obviously, in relation to this coming season. A lot of things we did last summer, we have to do again. When you have some new players and a few players coming back who haven't been involved for a few months, then you need to keep doing things again and again. It's just a little bit more normal now because we've already had a full season working together. I know more about the boys and they know more about me. Obviously, there's a lot more in this interview, but I'll leave that in the comment section. Fantastic read anyway from the Liverpool Echo. Definitely check that out. But I'm really excited. We all know Jurgen Klopp to be a tactical genius as well, but he's very well known for, especially his time at Dortmund, his physical preparation, his meal plans and everything for all the players at any club he is at. But you've all seen the pictures all this week and last week. As Klopp says, they're 6 times or whatever 1,000 metres, they will be knackered. And if you don't follow any Liverpool players on Snapchat, like last week when you were back at Melwood, you were all absolutely knackered. It was hilarious, but I would not even last 2 seconds in Jurgen Klopp's fitness regime. Let me know, was you be all able to do Jurgen Klopp's pre-season preparations? Let me know in the comment section. But yeah, it's a quality interview. Check that out in the comment section below. And finally, going into the next story, which is obviously Stevie G. He talks about the preparations and developing all the young talent. Obviously, he's the coach of the U18s team. And Steven Gerrard said he feels he is preparing footballers to be ready for Jurgen Klopp as he looks ahead for his first season as under-18s coach. I've lived a lot of my dreams at this football club, and I know what it means to get into the first team and stay there. And also the experience, success, and I have also the longevity. I would love nothing better than to see a lot of these players at the academy go on to follow suit in my shoes. There's a lot of other footballers who have had the experience that as well, so they'll have to get the chance. They'll get the chance here under this manager. It's being proven if they're good enough and if they're prepared to keep on improving and working hard. go the extra mile, Jurgen will put them in. The evidence is here. Obviously, with Trent and obviously Rando and Kent and Ajaria and Ojo, like, they've all had their chances in Liverpool's first team. And with Jurgen Klopp, as we've all spoken to on this channel, Jurgen Klopp is a manager in which he trusts youngsters, and especially if they're good enough, they're young enough as well. So that is a cracking interview as well. There's a lot more cracking interview by Liverpool Echo from Stevie G. But yeah, definitely check that out. Cracking read. But obviously, to go on to the big main one, obviously, it's dominating the headlines. Philippe Coutinho. For me, at this moment in time, there's so much rumours. Obviously, if you haven't checked out my other videos, check them out. But from what's been developing in the last couple of days, obviously, it's who to believe. There's so many reports. But for me personally, Phil, we don't want to sell him. We don't need to sell our best players. And I'm sick Liverpool Football Club selling our top talent to Spain. Like, really, it's getting really ridiculous. But Phil, if it all comes down to it and Barca were going to give us 150, I think for what he does on the football pitch, he's worth a lot more than 150. Obviously, in the last friendly, if you didn't see it, that ball he plays over to Salah, there's no one else in that team and midfield that can actually do that ball at all. His class is very evident. And if we're going to go any further in the Premier League and in European competitions over the next couple of years, we need to keep our top talent. And he signed a 5-year deal in January, so we're very much in a strong position. But obviously, I'll tell you about the quote now. Obviously, Klopp talked about in Hong Kong. This was Klopp's latest response. I think it was like 2 days ago in Hong Kong. The last quote from him on the Phil Coutinho news. Everything I say comes back from the owners. Yes, I would say he doesn't have a price in brackets. It's very clear he is not for sale. What else can I say? And Klopp, as this would, if we did sell him, and I think the owners would have a very big backlash, not from us as fans, but from Jurgen Klopp. He would not really, they need to trust the manager, and unless Philippe Coutinho literally kicks out all the toys out of his pram and demands that he wants to leave this summer, he seems happy, and he's got Bobby there and all of his mates there. He seems very happy in itself, but that can change overnight. But for me, if we're going to move anywhere forward, Phil Coutinho needs to be in this football club, and Jurgen Klopp is probably one of the best managers for him. So he's got tons of time on his contract, but everyone, don't stress. It's all these reports. Obviously, the newspaper article there, it's obviously from the Spanish papers. I'll get the article up now. Coutinho más cerca. That is coming from the Mundo Deportivo newspaper in Spain. You never know. It's a Catalonian, obviously, newspaper, but you never know. It's paper talk. Literally, there's so much at the minute going around, and probably it's annoying you, it's annoying me, and it's annoying every single one of us that love this football club. It's transfer window. As soon as all this transfer window talk is absolutely ridiculous in itself, but don't be stressing. Phil Coutinho, he's got 5 years on his deal, so for me, we're definitely going to get one more year out of Phil Coutinho. But hopefully he stays for that remainder of the 5 years. Let me know your thoughts on the situation. Don't be looking too much into all the interviews. All the journals are saying one thing, especially the well-respected ones. You look at one person and three respected good journalists, and they're all saying three completely different. Obviously, if you haven't checked out my live stream, I talked a bit about that in depth. But yeah, we'll see. And wait until the end of the transfer window. Focus on the footy and the friendlies. Some cracking games coming up. Obviously, Hertha Berlin and Germany and the Bayern Munich as well. And obviously, Napoli. These will be some cracking games of footy. But yeah, the second to last story, obviously, Emre Can. As I mentioned last week as well, we talked about the Juventus news and his potential maybe. Obviously, he's coming into his final year. The deal, he's come back and he's training in the Liverpool first team today. And yesterday, he trained with the Liverpool first team with Andrew Robinson as well. For me, hopefully we can get a deal sorted with Emre Can. He's big. Let me know your thoughts on Emre Can. Would you give him if we could get, by all reports here, I'll leave the story down below. Juventus, it's a £30 million bid, is meant to be coming in, €33.6 million offer. That equivalents to £30 million. Let me know, would you take it? That's very good money for a player that's in his final year of contract. But for me, I wouldn't take 30 mil. I'd get Emre Can signed down and getting playing for our football club. For me, he's got a huge career ahead of him, and I want him to fulfil that at Liverpool. The Klopp, and when we signed him, we've developed him up to this stage, so I want us to develop him onto the next stage in his career, and hopefully he makes a couple more steps up. He didn't have the best season last season, but a bit inconsistent. But the back end of the season and that goal at Watford, the absolute worldie. But I think Emre, he's got the best manager in European football, and his mate Jurgen Klopp. So, but yeah, let me know your thoughts on that. Do you reckon he'll go to Juventus? Do you want us to keep hold of Emre Can? But let me know your thoughts down below. Nice one, everyone. And the final one, the player, the midfielder, leaving Liverpool Football Club today is Pedro Chirivella. He joins the Dutch side, Willem II, for his second spell away from the club. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on that. For me, Chirivella, he's played a couple of games in pre-season, Wigan and the Tranmere match. I very much Jurgen sees him having a very good career at Liverpool. He's obviously a young lad and he's got plenty more potential. But all the best to you, lads. Hopefully, keep an eye on that. Everyone, if you're watching Dutch football, keep an eye on Pedro to see how he's doing. Obviously, I reiterate again, he's Willem II as well, so check that out. But yeah, nice one, everyone. Obviously, if you're wondering where the Naby news as well, as I said with the Phil Coutinho news, there's literally so much coming out. You don't trust anyone at all. For me, I'm not looking too much into transfer news. The only news I'll listen to, proper legit, it would be the words out of Jurgen Klopp and statements from Liverpool Football Club. That's the most accurate news that we can get, and the body language in which Jurgen Klopp is showing to all of us as fans, as he said last week as well from the Tranmere and Wigan match. Just chill. He's told us all to chill, so we should all respect the boss and listen to his words. So everyone, enjoy the match on Saturday. I'll do another show tomorrow as well, so I've got a Q&A coming out tomorrow as well. But thank you very much for joining me today in my latest episode. And everyone, have a quality night and let me know your thoughts on the upcoming matches as well. If you're a new subscriber, thank you very much for hitting that subscribe button. Like this video as well if you liked it. You're absolute legends. But all the best, everyone. Have a good night or morning wherever you are in the world. And you'll never walk alone. All the best. Up to Reds. Hey!